All right, we are live. So, welcome everyone who was able to make it to the first actual tribal council of the season. Before we get to the votes, I have a couple questions. So, this season's like pretty different from most other seasons in that you're playing on tribes of two, so you really only are playing with a partner. So, Matt, how's that been?
I mean, he's been different for sure because normally we're used to having at least minimum of 5 other tribe mates. Tribes of 6. So having only 2 tribe members to carry all the weight and work that you're used to a whole team doing, it's definitely a different atmosphere and gives different perspectives and expectations for the game moving forward.
Maynard, what kind of expectations do you have coming out of just these like 2-person tribes? Minor. Sorry.
I don't know, because there's some ideas of either might be we're gonna be in these for like a while, or there might be like some other twist before. Yeah, but it's interesting, but being part of it is somewhat weird because you're used to having more people than just one other person.
Mm-hmm. So that kind of brings us to the Warzone a little bit. So like, you do only have 2 people, but then when you get here, you have more people. So how's that? So Colin, how's that like affected your gameplay moving?
Well,
through the
so like,
Warzone?
I only had like one other person to like talk to until like we lost the challenge. So I kind of have to like have like less than a day to meet everyone and learn who everyone is, and then I have to vote someone right off. So it's kind of hard to adjust to, but it's also adaptable, Jeff.
So that's like, yeah, there it is. Like, obviously, you guys all are in danger of being voted off, but you guys have an opportunity to connect with more than just one other person. So like, Madison, how are you weighing in your mind between the Warzone being obviously a place where you're vulnerable and then a place where you can make connections to help you later?
No, definitely. I think that's been like kind of a lot of talk within the Warzone. It's just like it sucks that we're here and that we're like obviously like vulnerable, like you said, but also we get to communicate with people outside of our like partnership or our duo or whatever you want to call it. So it's exciting, but also terrifying. Like I would like to be in the comfort of not being in the war zone, but at the same time, like I'm really happy I get to talk to other people. So it's kind of a give and take, I guess.
Nice. All right. So that's not like the Warzone, like it's a big part of this game, but it's not been the only thing that's happened so far. There was the whole big day 1 twist. So I just want to like debrief a little bit from that because we haven't gotten together. This is the first time that like we've all been saying that people have really had a big chance to come together and talk. So Colin, what was it like to talk to like have to vote someone out without talking to really anybody else, even the person that you're voting out?
Well, Jeff, well, it was kind of a hard decision to make because I had like no basis on like what to vote someone out for. So it was kind of hard coming up with a decision. And even when I did came up with a decision, like I'm wondering, is it the right decision? And how will it affect me in the future, Jeff?
Nice. So Matt, you guys on Sagittarius were one of a couple groups that didn't. Oh, hello, Jacob. You guys were one of the few groups that didn't receive a vote in that the very first vote off. So, like, what do you attribute that to? Was it luck? Was it just your shining personality? And do you think that makes you a target moving down?
Honestly, I don't really think much of it, just because there were 12 votes, 2 people to a vote, so anyone could base their vote on any specific reason for it, whether it be they played with people on that previous tribe, or they don't get along with that sign, whatever the deal is. for the case. So not getting a vote, I don't really think I'm going to put too much stock into it, especially being, we still got 23 people left in this game.
Yeah. All right. So, Jacob, thank you for coming, first of all.
Yeah.
So
I was
what
working
are
early.
what did you use in that initial vote to like go off of to cast your vote? And how's that different now that you've actually been able to talk to people and have to vote again?
Wait, what'd you say? Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
So like, Matt was talking about how like, really you could have based your vote off of anything that first vote. So
Yeah.
like, what did you base your vote off that first time, and how is that like changing now that you're at the war zone and obviously a very different situation that you're voting under?
Well, the first time I just kind of like voted based on like who I didn't know already, which was like a lot of people. So I just kind of like randomly voted for someone that I didn't know for the most part, because I mean we couldn't talk to each other, so it was like kind of hard. It was like just kind of like random, honestly. But this vote, you actually get to talk to people and like decide who to vote with other people rather than just voting randomly. So I think that sounds different.
Nice. All right, Madison. We've only got one last question before the vote. So, what is something that you think people should remember when they're voting tonight?
I feel like I usually have like kind of a deep answer for a question like this, but at this point it's so early on in the game and like we have so little. Sorry, my dog is like vying for my attention right now. But it's so early on in the game and there's so like little to go on that I think like you just kind of have to go on the vibes you get from everyone or the vibes that you don't get, as the case may be, and go from there. And it is what it is.
All right. So, unless anyone has anything else to say, I'm going to count down from 10. By the time I have gotten to 0, all your votes will be locked in. So, if you haven't voted, you have until I finish counting down from 10 to vote or change your vote. So, yeah. Let's go for it. You guys are all on mute, so I'm assuming you guys don't have anything to say. So let's just get to the votes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I will go gather the votes, and Alyssa will entertain you and keep you company.
Alyssa Queen.
Hi, how are you guys tonight?
I came to play Jeff.
I love that you're calling us Jeff. Thank you.
No problem.
Kind of iconic, I'm not gonna lie.
You guys weren't here, but Cullen was playing 2048, and his mic is so good that I could hear the dings on his phone.
Speaking of,
No, I heard that too.
There he goes. Wait, Madison, your dog was trying to get your attention?
He was. He is. He's just
Where is he?
right there. He's Wookie. Come here, bub. His name is Wookie. Come here, Bubby. He's sitting on my window seat, so he's gonna struggle to get up here.
I'm on an airplane right now.
Come here. Come on. There he is. This is Wookie. You can't really see him because it's dark, but
Oh my god.
my whole heart. I love him the most. There we go.
Oh,
Also, that camera lately has made everything like a weird hue of like pink and purple. So I don't know why I look bright purple, but that's fine.
well, purple is the color of the season's logo. So there you go.
My hair was just purple, so it's just kind of throwing me back to like a month ago. But that's fine.
Yes, I got 2048.
Legend.
All right, congratulations first. And second of all, I have the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the chat immediately. I will read the votes. First vote, Brandon. Second vote, Brandon. Third vote, Brandon. Fourth vote, Brandon. That's 4 votes, Brandon. Fifth vote, Brandon. Sixth vote, Brandon. And the third person voted out of Tumblr Survivor Kuwait, Brandon. Brandon, the war zone has spoken, and it is time for you to go.
Bruh.
All right, well, for everyone else, even though you guys are divided into 5 teams of 2, and now 1 team of 1, you guys all seemed to be pretty united on this vote. So see if that continues in the war zone. Good luck not coming back here unless you want to. So good night, everyone.